Hey guys, welcome back to another jack stand driveway video. Today I'm going to be working on this old 2002 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. It has some wiring problems and it's preventing it from staying running. I will show you right now. I've already worked on it before a little bit. Just didn't have much time to completely figure out where it is, but there's probably a wire, I'm assuming up in here, because I've taken the entire dashboard and everything out already, and the only thing I did not take apart was here. But what the problem is, there's a wire somewhere in the fuse. Oh, yeah, we're spider webs in this thing. All right, that fuse, the one that's empty right there. Where's my finger? Right there. Is blowing due to a short somewhere in here, and that's preventing the skim unit, which is that black ring that goes around there, that reads the key, which then tells the ECU that this is the proper key, so it'll let the engine run. So something in there is keeping that fuse, or is blowing the fuse, which is keeping that from working. So there's nothing actually wrong with the skim unit or the engine or anything. There's just another wire in here that's preventing it from working, because I replaced a fuse in there and it did run for a day, and then the fuse started blowing immediately after that. So it's getting worse. My guess is it's in here, but we'll take a look at it today. All right, so I just noticed something interesting. The dashboard doesn't work, like the gauges and stuff, but apparently the hazard light indicator does work. I took the top part of the steering column, I took the plastic off, and I unfortunately do not see any wires that are messed up anywhere. Right there's the skim module. That's the reason why it's not working. I got wasps in this thing everywhere. They're all dead, but man, this thing's just a mess. Yeah, I don't see any anywhere. So I don't know what my next step is, to be honest. I guess I gotta find out all the things that are on that fuse and then check all those wires. Let me turn these damn things off. But I don't know. Maybe check. I've heard that the crankshaft position sensor could potentially be the issue, because when I did get it running, we drove it up road up there and it got turned off and it wouldn't start, but it didn't run out of gas. So there's another problem is the fan relay in here is messed up. I know that because I noticed there was a check engine light when I first got it running last time I was here. When I put the new fuse in, that lasted like maybe a minute. That fuse lasted a minute, but it was a minute, and I noticed there was a check engine light, and I checked the code, and it was I forgot what it was, but it's consistent with the fan relay, which this does have an electrical fan as well as a mechanical fan. So I know that problem. Maybe that was the reason why it shut off, because of overheating. I don't know. But I think I just need to wash this thing. I mean, it's disgusting. And then wash stuff, and maybe I'll be able to see some of the wires that are hidden by crap. Sometimes literally crap. So I don't know. I'm debating whether or not I should put a higher amp fuse in there and just get it running and then pull it out, because it'll start. All I have to have it in there is for like 3 seconds, and then I can take the fuse out and the Jeep will run. So I don't know. Alright, just so you guys know, I put a 20 amp fuse in where a 10 is supposed to go, pulled it out, so there's nothing happening. But I got it running. So there you go. Maybe that's all you have to do. There's still something messed up in here. Don't know what it is, but I mean, it's running. Yeah, I put some Berryman's B12 in here, so I kind of got to let that run through. I probably should check and see what the gas level's at. But yeah, so it's running. I didn't fix the problem, but I got it running. I guess some heat cycle through it, I guess. There you go. All right, guys, check this out. Just like new. A little dirty. The next project is removing that from the yoke. I can't, that bolt stripped. But going good. I'm getting, oh, she's running pretty clear now. Yeah. All right, y'all, I'm actually back at my house now. It's been about a month since I worked on the Jeep. And I looked back at the videos and realized I did a horrible job explaining what I was doing. And basically so I'm here to explain now. What I was doing is I was putting a 20 amp fuse in the place of where a 10 amp fuse should be, just for a couple of seconds, so the skim unit would get power to read the key, so the ECU would see that I have the right key and it will tell the engine that it's okay to stay running. So I did that, and then I pulled the fuse out, and it just ran. I ran it through the heat cycle. Every time I started, I probably did it about 15 times while I was up there. I got a little carried away. And I understand that is not obviously the best option. It's not safe, but it's just something that I just wanted to get it started. You know, that's just a temporary fix. Unfortunately, with that fix is the dashboard won't work, so like I won't know what speed I'm going, but that doesn't matter anyway because I can't drive it because it's still a piece of crap at this point that I'm trying to fix up. But anyway, after I got it running, like I said, I cycled it through the heat cycle a few times, and remember how I said the electronic fan relay was not working? Well, it probably was just because it sat for years. Once I ran it through the cycle a couple times, it started kicking on. Like, I noticed it'd get up to about 210, and then bam, I'd hear something like, oh damn, the fan's actually running. And I'd put the fuse back in just for a few seconds to watch the temperature, and it would go up above 210 and it'd drop right back down, and it would just keep doing this, just cycling through. It never overheated. You know, it stayed right at pretty much perfect running temperature the whole time. The exhaust ended up clearing up a little bit because, you know, I put B12 in there to try to get the the gas is like old, so, you know, I wanted to try to get the fuel injectors and all that stuff all kind of cleaned up from sitting there, and maybe get the fuel not so crappy. But anyway, yeah, I cleared up, and then we decided to check the air filter, which is a good thing we did because there was a literal squirrel's nest in the air filter. And once we cleared that out, all the check engine lights, because I had about 4 codes it was giving me, they all cleared up by themselves. I'm pretty happy actually. It pretty much just doesn't have any codes. The only thing that sucks about it is that I don't have a dashboard, but I mean, my main goal with it is it's going to be probably pretty much off-road only rig, so I don't really need a dashboard. I don't need to see how fast I'm going really when I'm crawling up rock walls, you know. Anyhow, yeah, so we cleaned that out. I gave it a wash, and I just looked for wiring, and I never saw it. And then once I just kind of kept the fuse in, and I did a sniff test. I looked for fire. I couldn't smell any smoke, didn't see any fire. So I think I probably could get away with just running the fuse in there. But I want to, you know, err on the side of caution that it's definitely not safe. So I'm probably, if I do get it driving, I'm not gonna care about the dashboard as much. I'll put it in a little bit to check my gas level and stuff. But there's probably a way that I can maybe hardwire the dashboard, and maybe there's something wrong with the actual wiring in the dashboard that I need to look at. Anyway, yeah, so at this point, it's still up in North Carolina right now. And I'm hoping in October I can get back up there and try to work on it again, and maybe get, you know, more in-depth video of what the actual current situation is. So yeah, hope that cleared some things up. All right, y'all, that's gonna conclude this video, the first episode of the series. I want to apologize for the kind of sloppy put together video. I was just kind of a little carried away with just working on it, and I completely forgot to actually film some of this stuff. So hopefully when I get back up there in October, I can show you guys more in detail what this is. This video is more of just kind of put it out there, you know, so you guys have an idea of what the next project actually is. So yeah, in case you were curious, that test drive that you saw in the last clip went pretty well. You know, I drove it, it didn't overheat, didn't shut down like it did in the winter, came back, and you know, it drove like a car should. So that's all good, and hopefully it'll be like that when I get up there next time, and hopefully next time I can bring you guys along on the test drive, so that way you guys can actually, you know, see what's happening in the Jeep and stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for the next episode, hopefully coming out sometime in October, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.